It was light throttle, boost. I wasn't even creating boost, I was in vacuum. Hi guys. Today is gonna be a video on the Forester. I've gotten quite a few questions on this subject, so I figured make a video on it. I'm gonna show you guys the process behind tuning with a Cobb AccessPort and what is known as an e-tune, where basically you have a tuner tune your car from a remote location. For those of you that don't know what mods I have done to my Forester, I'm gonna pop a video up right here. There's a link. Oh shit. All right, it's over there. I always get this confused, and that will show you like what mods I have done to my Forester. Okay, so I'm going to load this map with my AccessPort. So first I'm going to show you what all this is, because unless you've ever used an AccessPort before, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Here's my AccessPort. Have it hooked up, and the key is in the on position. Here's your main menu. Gauges is what you typically monitor when you're driving. I have boost on here just to fill a hole, and because I already have a boost gauge over here. So that's literally just to fill a hole. Battery voltage, just because the car does not have an ammeter or a battery voltage gauge or anything anywhere, so I keep that up there. Feedback knock and fine knock learn, that is a critical thing to monitor to make sure you're not having detonation occur in the engine. So that's why I have these up on there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but my understanding is basically feedback knock is knock that has occurred and is timing is being pulled to prevent damage. And a fine knock learn is the ECU sensing that knock could occur based on like historical data in the ECU, and it's pulling knock preemptively. Do I have that right? I think, I don't know. Anyway, air fuel ratio, air fuel ratio kind of coincides with knock also, and same with your DAM, your dynamic advancement multiplier, which is just like an overall formula for, I guess, a crude way of saying detuning the engine to prevent damage if knock is occurring, or if your air fuel ratio is either drastically lean, or I don't know if it could be too rich in a situation that's so rich that it affects DAM. I don't know if that could actually happen, but what I'm going to do is I have to add some parameters to monitor on the AccessPort. I'm going to go to Tune, change map. These are my two maps I have right now, the Burble map and my regular map. So, and these are all Cobb maps down here. These are like the default maps that are on there, and this is just another map that I had. So I'm gonna load. This is the map I want right here. Revision 22 EGR delete. So I'm gonna tap that right there. Now it's gonna give you a warning to let you know that they recommend hooking up a battery charger to your car, because if the voltage drops below what I believe is 12 volts, you could potentially brick your ECU. My battery is currently at 12.1 volts. I've never had to hook a battery charger up to this. I've never had an issue. Okay, so while this thing loads the map, today I'm going to be taking the Forester out and driving it in the rain, because the last video I just did was on the ceramic coating on my windshield and the stop rain protection for all the other windows, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's another link that's gonna pop up to that video. Okay, so this video is also going to be kind of a little review of the coatings that I just put on my windows and what I think of the products now that they are cured on the glass. Just finished. So now it says, please turn the ignition to the off position. I give it a second, make sure it's totally off, press OK. And then you have to leave it off because it's going to complete the reflash process. Okay, now turn the key back into the on position. I usually wait till it's done beeping. Hit OK. And it's going to reset the learning of the ECU. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what data logging is. Essentially, I'll show you like what the parameters are that you can select in the AccessPort to data log. Each one of these parameters is a function that the ECU monitors, and it's going to capture, like, say for instance, boost. It'll have a function in the ECU for boost, and then I can turn a data log on for that, so it'll capture whenever I hit enable data log, it'll capture a snapshot in time of boost levels as I'm driving. What I am going to do now is set up for data logging. So I go to the little arrow, turns green, and then I'm gonna hit that, and then I'm gonna go to configure data logging. These ones with green dots are what are coming up in my data logs for my tuner to look at. Okay, well, that's it. Time to go drive and data log. I think I'm gonna get me some coffee. Dude, this is so awesome. I haven't turned my windshield wipers on since I left my house. The ceramic coating is legit. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed. I've done Rain-X before in the past, and it's comparable to Rain-X in the way that it beads off. We'll see if it holds up though. That's gonna be the real test. See if it holds up in these conditions. That guy was coming, he wasn't stroking. As far as the data logging process goes now. So data logging, basically I'm supposed to capture 3 types of data logs. What is so loud? I have to do a 3rd gear pull, which for those of you who know, the Forester SJ does not come with a manual transmission with the turbo motor. It's not available. Sucks. I really wish I could have one, but it's tolerable. It has Sport Sharp mode, so you put it in Sport Sharp, which allows you to drive as if you're in a gear, a simulated gear. So I'll go into Sport Sharp mode, put it in 3rd gear, and then I will do a full 3rd gear pull from 2000 RPM up to redline. Once I do that, I will get a normal, just like cruising log, which is just my day-to-day average driving routine, and that I'll capture for like several minutes, sometimes like 5-10 minutes of just driving in normal driving conditions, and then the idle log, which I just let the car sit in idle for a minute. Wow, it looks like a tornado. Those don't happen here though. As far as the actual access port goes, now it came with Cobb maps, like the off-the-shelf map. So this is AP Manager, and this is where your access port, see now it's connected. So here are all the Cobb maps, anti-theft, stage 0. This is what comes preloaded. Stage 1, stage 191, 93 octane. There's 2 different ones. Economy map, valet map, and then here's my 2. I got a burble map, which basically kind of simulates like the Mini Cooper F56, how it burbles and pops on deceleration. That's what this map does. And then here is my normal map. I didn't have much luck with the off-the-shelf maps. Now, I'm not saying that Cobb's maps are no good. I think as a general starting point, they are decent. But the problem is where I live, and for those of you that live on the West Coast, like California, Arizona, New Mexico, the 91 octane we have on this part of the country is horrible. Absolute trash gasoline here. After maybe a week of trying the off-the-shelf map, I knew that it was not going to be safe. I went back down to stock, and then I got a Pro Tune, and I went with Ray at Turbotek Tuning. I'm going to put a little link to his Facebook page down below. He does regular tuning services if you're a local, and he also does what's called an e-tune, which is what I have. A lot of people are against e-tunes. A lot of people have had e-tunes and have no issues. I, so far, have not had an issue with an e-tune. I can see where there's pros and cons to it. The pros to an e-tune is it's an actual street tune, so you're driving the car on actual conditions with loads on the car going up and down hills and wind resistance and stuff that you won't get on a dyno. However, it's not the same as having the tuner sitting right here in the car watching everything that's happening, like actually being in the car. And then you have to do mailing of the maps back and forth. So once I data log, I have to send the data logs to my tuner through email. Okay, I am in my office now. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys more in depth of the access port manager. It's called AP Manager. And that's where you plug your access port into the computer and you can do a bunch of stuff on there. So I'm gonna save these maps onto my computer. Okay, so here is a cruise map. This is just cruising under normal driving conditions that I pulled up. These are your data logs that come up in Excel. This is what the file looks like right here. It's a bunch of tables for different values that the ECU monitors. Like for instance, you have your intake temp, oil temp, air fuel ratio, accelerator position. This is the percentage value of your accelerator pedal. So my throttle was 20% right here. It was light throttle. Boost, I wasn't even creating boost, I was in vacuum right here. So, and then it just kind of goes for as long as you data log. So this is a cruise map. This is just cruising, driving down the road. That's what that looks like. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't worry, I will have the car views coming for you soon. This weather should hopefully be gone by this weekend, and I will start filming those car views that I had promised before, along with some more detailing content and the MR2. I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye.